Hey traders from around the world, it's me, Jeremy Alexander Newsom, here at my cousin Ryan's sunflower field. Just want to say thank you so much for being a real life trader. Thank you most importantly for being a part of the family and the community. And most importantly, thank you for watching this video. Have a fantastic day. You rock. Hey traders from around the world, what's going on? It's me, Jeremy Alexander Newsom with reallifetrading.com. Hope you're doing absolutely wonderful. We got ourselves the SPY on the boards today and a little bit of an interesting day on the SPY. We did have a pretty decent gap. So yesterday was a white candle and we gapped down today. So a little bit of a bearish gap, and you certainly had some opportunities to go bearish. I mean, this double top was really probably the biggest indication of that. Once that broke down and of course retested right about here. Yeah, had a few opportunities to go bearish today on the SPY, but didn't get a chance to play anything on the SPY personally. I like the down day, I like the gap down. Realistically, it makes sense, right? You had some good, strong movements up into here. Yes, this is an evening star reversal pattern, at least as of right now. So if we take out and close or really break below the low of today, if we do that sometime tomorrow, it'll make tons of sense that we actually trade back down into 273 and some change. And then from there, I mean, we could come all the way back down to 270. So I could see this being a channel, kind of like, again, very choppy, great for day trading, great for very quick swing trading. And of course, if you're doing some swing trades or day trades, just kind of be fast about it. Now, the cool news is, as some of you might remember, back from just Monday, MGM. So we set up MGM and we talked about it on the Monday real life stock review, and we talked about discussing it bullish, and it did actually pop very nicely on Tuesday. So let's go back to Tuesday's 5-minute chart because with that review you could have had a really good setup, and this is pretty much how a few traders played it. So you had, in the first 5 minutes, a retest gap and a bunch of white candles. So obviously you'd wait for a little bit of a retest. Here's the retest. Here's your morning star reversal pattern. Entry at 29.55, stop at 29.25, and that's right at 30 cents of risk. Nice 2-hour move on MGM. So again, you can set up day trades even the day before if you can look at the candles and recognize their sentiment and their strength. And as of today, the market's going to close in about 30 minutes. I'm going to look at taking MGM again with this wicked pair candle pattern, something very much just like that. Here's ticker symbol MU, Micron being requested, and Micron, here's kind of my analysis. The last, really from yesterday, I was mentioning, hey, we got a few white candles in a row. My drawing was, let's see if we can dip and then kind of bounce. So we got the dip today. The low today was 53.77. Sandra Brooks down there in Florida was looking at playing a 55 by 50 trade on ticker symbol MU for that nice little pullback and dip, which makes tons of sense to me. And also, you do have the nice high of this candle pattern. So if we do in fact just go a little bit higher than today, so let's say you have today's candle and we take out and we make a new high relative to today, that really could be decently strong, I feel like, for that bullish trend to continue. But there are tons of traders who have some put sales, me being one of those, and that expires next Friday, very far away, at least at the present moment in time. So I feel pretty good that MU will expire above that put sale, and we'll look to do another one. Here is MDT, and this is Medtronic. So MDT, here's kind of what we're looking at on the daily chart. I do like this series of white candles. Let's go over here to the weekly chart. Weekly chart, we're bullish to neutral. Good resistance coming up right around the corner at 88.54. So what I would probably do, I'm not in any position on MDT, but if I were, I would wait for either a breakout and then a retest of the breakout, or let it trade back down into the support and then buy this dip. This is a very nice gap and go on a weekly chart on MDT back in the early part of May. Let's go back on a daily chart and see what that was. Oh yeah, very nice. That was actually a retest gap on the daily. So you did get a very good retest. Pretty stuff. Yeah, I mean, if you're playing this one short term, here's the hourly chart, and you would look to kind of buy the dip. It's a little on the choppy side, but you have a good move here, 1, 2, some kind of 3, a little bit of a 4. maybe make it away 5, but there is a good resistance right around the corner on MDT, so just kind of keep that on your forefront. Here's Nvidia, down 2% today with most of the market. And Nvidia, here's the daily chart, and again, relatively bearish candle, decent bearish gap today. Really excited to see what happens Thursday and Friday in the markets. You know, if we kind of gap down, this is a pretty gnarly evening star reversal of sorts on Nvidia. Now you do have the 100 simple kind of far away, so we'll be watching pretty closely Thursday morning and Friday morning for my day traders if we can get any kind of breakdowns of these patterns. But here's Nvidia, and you know, on the 5-minute chart you'll see some pretty interesting little support that kind of came in here most of the day, and when that broke down you had one good little flush that you could have made some money on, but realistically I didn't play Nvidia today at all, and just we'll see if it continues. But today is a relatively bearish gap, and again, we're going to get tons of gaps, tons of choppiness. We're still in a really grind city market. My analysis just yesterday was I wanted an inside day candle today, which we didn't quite get, and then a breakout on Thursday. So we'll continue to keep an eye on it. But yeah, if Nvidia pulls back, I'm really looking at and keeping a close eye on a buy down here at the 200 simple moving average. Next on the list is Johnson & Johnson, ticker symbol J&J. And this one to me looking a little bit more bullish than bearish. So you have what appears to be at least a double bottom on the daily chart. And we had a nice little move here, looking for a pullback into about 124 and then potentially a bounce. If you come over to the weekly chart, we did run into the 100 on the weekly, and we also hit the 100 on the daily. What makes this strong on Johnson & Johnson is both of those moving averages kind of acting as a little bit of a support resistance. Earnings is right around the corner. So this one's going to be super fun. In fact, I'm putting it on the list for Thursday, and I'll probably post a analysis on Thursday. But if Johnson & Johnson trades sideways and gaps above 130.15, or even if it just slowly squeaks out a gap above 128, I think both of those have the propensity to have a nice bullish move on that day trade. So feel free to keep your eyes on Johnson & Johnson. Two more, both in similar industries. Lending Club. Here's the weekly chart, and it's trying to do something. This was a stock that I have been watching. I did mention to a lot of people that I think this was an exhaustion gap down here. And I was bullish on Lending Club. I bought into their product and their program for a while. I had some shares, and it really just did absolutely nothing. So I ended up getting out some year and a half later over here for pretty much break even. The 100 simple on the weekly chart, that's going to be the big kahuna, the big behemoth to break through. But if that breaks through, I might hop back on the camp again to see if Lending Club will slowly grind higher from here, because it makes tons of sense that it would. Here's ticker symbol QD, which is also in a similar vein. And QD, I did have a bullish swing trade on this one not too long ago that I did get stopped out on. If I go to the daily chart, the entry was, I entered bullish on this candle with a stop down here, and ended up moving the stop to right there. Got stopped out right here on this candle on the 28th of June. So now we're at a support where double bottoms are made. And if this breaks the 775 level, my buddy Adam was looking to see if I could throw up a Fibonacci extension. And I will use this wave here. So we're going to do boom, going to come down here to boom, and they're going to put it, oh yeah, right about there. That would be the wave. And if we take out 775, likely 472 will be the next pause location. However, on QD, I will be watching very closely for a bullish move down here, because support and resistance makes sense. If we get a little bit of a sideways move the next 2 or 3 days and then kind of pop out of here, you could enter about 838 with a stop at about 738, risking only $1. And you're buying off support, nice buy low, sell high. Very similar, like I mentioned, to LC, Lending Club. But I don't really see a $4 billion market cap stock just evaporating overnight. Obviously, it has not been good since its IPO, but I think it's a matter of time before QD and LC get back to their heyday in the market where you can see some gains, but it really will take quite a long time, a lot of accumulation, and a lot of patience and waiting on both of those. But that is my analysis. Hopefully it was helpful. Thanks so much for the reviews and the requests for those who threw them in there. I will see you all back here on Friday for your next free real life stock review. And until then, remember, love life, live life, trade it. Bye.